Greetings, YouTube. Today I'm going to link to a series of photos that have been posted on Wired's site that cover the topic of juvenile detention in America. Now, these photos are stark. They're not easy to look at, in my opinion, because they show a world that wouldn't be healthy for adults to go into. And yet, this is where we put our troubled juveniles. We put children into these facilities. And at the end of their stay, we expect them to adjust to society outside. We expect them somehow, after having been warehoused in a concrete block, to just function. Now, I know people who have been in these types of facilities. One eventually did some actual prison time. And they didn't get the help they needed when they were in there. Because if they did, maybe they wouldn't have done that prison time. They were maladjusted, as I'm sure a lot of these kids are. But the kid-to-counselor ratio is probably way too low. We don't invest in our children. Because let's face it, if you have a troubled teen, they're the ones that need the most help. Now, the worst of these pictures, of course, is the restraint chair. A chair they strap a kid into if they're considered to be a danger to others or themselves, in case they're self-harming or potentially suicidal. And I can't imagine being strapped into that chair. The sense of helplessness, the sense of isolation, the damage done to a person in that chair, it's really hard to account for it. We don't care for our people very well in America. I've discussed that before when it comes to health care. And here, in the juvenile detention system, we care even less. Now remember that in America, we have bona fide proof that there were kids sent to detention centers by a judge. I have no idea if any of these detention centers were involved, but by a judge because they received bribes to do so. Kids are sent to these centers not for their well-being. Some, of course, deserve to be sent there. They're violent or dangerous. Some don't. But warehousing them inside concrete blocks is not going to help them to adjust to the outside world and function in society once they're released. Sometimes at age 18 with no support system whatsoever. They're just let go. And we wonder why maybe our prison systems are full. So please, though they're stark, I would recommend you go looking at these photos. I think that they're very informative, if depressing.